I'm on this type shit like, who gives a fuck? That's what you niggas been waiting on? Well, all this, what you niggas been waiting on?
We really live this shit we talk about, you hear me? We really deal live this shit, stupid ass. You niggas stupid or what? Go look at our video. Cuz say you the last one standing. Like I said,
Today, we're breaking down NBA YoungBoy's reaction to Pooh Shiesty dissing him. And make no mistake, this situation is escalating fast. Let's get into exactly what's going on. When Pooh Shiesty was released from prison, one of his first public moves was joining Baton's live stream to reconnect with supporters. However, during that session, unexpected drama unfolded. Ben was on a call with streamer Rocky, and when the phone was handed to Pooh Shiesty, Rocky claimed he was 4KT, NBA YoungBoy's crew for anyone unfamiliar. That's where things took a turn. Pooh Shiesty responded as if he didn't even recognize what 4KT meant, which came off as a clear dismissal of NBA YoungBoy right there on livestream.
I'm 4K Trey.
Who?
Rakai, what the fuck, man?
But this conflict goes far beyond a single live stream moment. This is about loyalty, prison dynamics, street credibility, and long-standing industry ties. It's not just two rappers trading words. This is about aligning yourself in a conflict that has already cost lives and could escalate further if tensions continue. From King Von's death in Atlanta to Lil Durk standing firmly by Pooh Shiesty during his federal case to NBA YoungBoy's recent Instagram live reaction, every detail matters. This isn't a routine rap dispute. As everything connects, the seriousness of the situation becomes impossible to overlook. To understand how it all started, we have to go back to November 6th, 2020, the night that changed everything. King Von, Lil Durk's closest friend and someone he considered family, was outside an Atlanta hookah lounge when he encountered Quando Rondo and his crew. Von and Quando had been exchanging words online for months, but no one expected what followed. According to Quando Rondo, he didn't initially recognize Von and planned to let things pass, but once a punch was thrown, the situation spiraled. What began as a fight turned into gunfire, and King Von was reportedly shot multiple times by Quando's associate, Lil Tim. Von died that night, sending shockwaves through the hip-hop community. This is where NBA YoungBoy becomes directly connected. NBA YoungBoy was the first artist signed to Never Broke Again label, and their relationship ran deep. So when Quando was involved in Von's death, YoungBoy was immediately pulled into the conflict. Even though YoungBoy wasn't present and had no direct role, the street narrative didn't allow for separation. To many, the situation was simple. YoungBoy's artist was responsible for Lil Durk's closest friend, making both sides enemies. Things intensified when NBA YoungBoy released tracks like Bring the Hook, where he referenced O-Block and appeared to mock Von's death. Certain lyrics sent strong reactions through the rap world, and that's when it became clear that the tension between Lil Durk's camp and NBA YoungBoy was fully active. To understand Pooh Shiesty's loyalty to Lil Durk, their history matters. In 2020, Durk featured on Pooh Shiesty's track Back in Blood, a collaboration that completely shifted Shiesty's career. That song became his breakout hit and introduced him to a wider audience. Without Durk's support, Pooh Shiesty might still have been trying to gain recognition in Memphis. But their bond didn't stop with music success. When Pooh Shiesty was arrested on federal charges in 2021, much of the industry distanced itself, a common reaction when federal cases are involved. Artists often avoid association to protect themselves. Lil Durk didn't follow that pattern. Throughout Pooh Shiesty's incarceration, Durk consistently showed public support, mentioning him during performances, interviews, and even shouting his name on stage. He also helped financially, ensuring Pooh Shiesty was taken care of while locked up. That level of loyalty is uncommon in the industry. So when Pooh Shiesty came home, he knew exactly where his allegiance stood. His appearance on Baton's stream was meant to reconnect with fans, but the situation with Rocky brought industry tensions back into focus. Rocky, known as a strong NBA YoungBoy supporter, tested the moment by claiming 4KT. Everyone in hip-hop understands what 4KT represents. Pooh Shiesty's response, pretending not to know, wasn't ignorance, it was deliberate. By refusing to acknowledge 4KT, Pooh Shiesty wasn't just dismissing Rocky, he was dismissing NBA YoungBoy's entire camp. In street culture, that kind of disregard is considered a major form of disrespect. This wasn't only about existing tensions between Durk and YoungBoy, it was personal. When a female fan on the stream said she didn't support Lil Durk, Pooh Shiesty's demeanor immediately changed. His reaction showed genuine emotion, rooted in loyalty to someone who stood by him during his hardest moments. After Pooh Shiesty released his highly anticipated First Day Out track, NBA YoungBoy responded during an Instagram Live. When asked about the song, YoungBoy laughed and brushed it off, questioning whether that's what fans had been waiting for. The response was dismissive and intentional. In hip-hop culture, being laughed at can be more disrespectful than a direct diss. YoungBoy's reaction showed two things. He was fully aware of the situation, and he wasn't backing down. By minimizing Pooh Shiesty's return, he implied that time lost behind bars mattered more than loyalty. He questioned whether Pooh Shiesty still had the relevance or ability to compete at the highest level. Pooh Shiesty didn't ignore that response. After seeing YoungBoy's reaction, he took to his Instagram story, calling out other rappers for exaggerating their lifestyles and positioning himself as someone who truly lives what he raps about. That statement was a clear challenge to NBA YoungBoy's credibility and image. It showed that Pooh Shiesty is ready to push this situation further. This isn't just about defending Lil Durk anymore. At this point, it's become personal between Pooh Shiesty and YoungBoy. In hip-hop, questioning someone's authenticity, especially an artist known for strong street credibility like YoungBoy, is crossing a line that's difficult to walk back. The Instagram story posts made it clear that this conflict will unfold on social media just as much as it does in music. Every post, every story, and every comment will be closely watched by fans and rivals alike. That's how modern rap beef works now. It's no longer limited to songs. It's about constant exchanges across digital platforms. Now, let's be realistic about why this situation carries real risk. Both NBA YoungBoy and Pooh Shiesty have established street reputations in loyal circles that don't tolerate disrespect. When artists with these kinds of connections clash, things can move beyond music and social media very quickly. YoungBoy's 4KT crew has members throughout Louisiana who are deeply loyal. These aren't casual supporters. These are people who've been around long before the fame. Any perceived disrespect toward YoungBoy is taken seriously, and they're prepared to respond. On the other side, Pooh Shiesty represents Memphis and also has ties to Chicago through Lil Durk. That connection blends Memphis street politics with Chicago drill culture, which can be a volatile mix. Both cities operate with strict codes around loyalty and respect. When those dynamics collide with Louisiana street culture, things can spiral fast. The real concern is that this conflict involves individuals who have already experienced significant loss due to violence. Lil Durk losing King Von is still a fresh wound. When people carry that kind of pain, emotions can take over and logic can disappear. The urge for retaliation can outweigh better judgment, and that's when outcomes turn dangerous. Another issue is the influence both artists have on their audiences. NBA YoungBoy and Pooh Shiesty have young, impressionable fans who strongly identify with them. When fans see their favorite artists involved in a feud, some may feel compelled to prove loyalty in ways that escalate tensions beyond what the artists intended. This situation also reflects a broader issue in hip-hop today. Artists are often forced to pick sides in disputes they didn't start, driven by loyalty and industry politics. Neutrality becomes almost impossible. You're either aligned with someone or seen as opposing them. This highlights how complex the rap industry has become. Sometimes conflict isn't about personal issues, but who you choose to stand with. There's a positive and negative side to this culture. Loyalty is rare and valuable in an industry full of surface-level relationships, but that same loyalty can pull artists into conflicts that threaten their careers, or worse. So what can be done to prevent this from escalating further? First, both artists need to recognize the level of influence they have. Every song, post, and public comment sends a signal to people who may act on their behalf. The industry also has a responsibility. Other artists, label executives, and respected figures should encourage these situations to be handled without violence. Hip-hop has already lost too much talent to conflicts that could have been resolved through dialogue. Both Pooh Shiesty and NBA YoungBoy are successful enough that they don't need constant disses to maintain relevance. Their talent and fan bases speak for themselves. The real question is whether career longevity and safety will be prioritized over maintaining street image. At its core, this beef goes beyond music. It's about loyalty, respect, and the complex intersection of street life and the industry. Pooh Shiesty's loyalty to Lil Durk is understandable, but it has placed him in a risky position where he's inherited conflicts that weren't originally his. This situation is far from finished, with both sides having real credibility and strong support systems. Escalation is a serious possibility. The hip-hop community needs to reflect on past losses and find better ways to resolve disputes without violence. What do you think about this situation? Is Pooh Shiesty right to stand by Lil Durk no matter what, or should he aim to stay neutral? Was NBA YoungBoy being disrespectful or simply defending himself? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more hip-hop news and analysis. This story is still developing and we'll continue breaking it down as it unfolds. Remember, loyalty matters in this game, but sometimes the cost of that loyalty can be higher than expected. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.